Good day everyone, my name is Ana Ferdita Nalion.
Good day, everyone. My name is Giancarlo Sompio.
Hi, I'm Evelyn D. Tonag.
Hi, I'm Rose Minasuelo and we are the second reporters.
Good morning everyone, we are the Group 10 reporter number 2 and the topic assigned to us is the Psychosexual Learning Theory. I am Ana Ferdita Nalion. So let's start. This photo shows us that almost of us wonder how a baby grows into our respective and responsible ones and their future. So in this topic, we will discuss and discover Freud's psychosexual stages of development. This topic is focused on the psychosexual development of each individual and will enable teachers to have a better grasp of the learners, knowing that each student is unique in many ways, such as the level of intellect, aptitude, skills, potentialities, physical growth, and maturation. That's why we need to consider our students' individual differences, and they will go through a series of stages of development as they grow mature. So every student is unique, as Freud stated. That's why as a future teacher, we need to know about this certain topic for us to be able to be aware of our students' uniqueness, where we can provide better instructions that would cater their different special needs. Our objectives for this report is, at the end of the lesson, learners will be able to: first, explain Freud's psychosexual development learning theory. Second, differentiate electrocomplex from Oedipus complex. Third, analyze and apply the importance of Freud's theory in teaching and learning. So this photo shows us the summary of Freud's psychosexual stages of development. So, Freud's psychosexual stages of development. First, let's know who is Sigmund Freud. So, Sigmund Freud is a well-known theorist on the development of personality, postulated that children go through a series of psychosexual stages, namely the oral, anal, phallic, latency, and the genital, which leads to the development of adult personality. So each stage is characterized by certain development and behavior changes. According to Freud, development is a discontinuous process. He pointed out that each of us must undergo through a series of stages during childhood, and if we lack proper nurturance and guidance during a certain stage, we may become stuck or fixated in that stage.
Freud's stages of psychosexual learning theory. Freud posits that children's pleasure-seeking urges, libido, are focused on different areas of the body, called erogenous zones, at each of the 5 stages of development. First, oral stage, birth to 1 year, erogenous zone, mouth. Second, anal stage, 1 to 3 year, erogenous zone, bowel and bladder control. Third, phallic stage, 3 to 6 year, erogenous zone, genitals. Fourth, phallic stage, 6 to puberty, libido inactive. Last, genital stage, puberty to death, maturing, sexual interest. The oral stage, birth to 1 year. During this stage, infants is seeking pleasure is through the mouth. Note: mouth is vital for eating, and the infants derives pleasure from oral stimulation through gratifying activities such as tasting, sucking at the nipple, thumb sucking, eating, making, gurgling sounds, cawing, mouthing objects, inhaling, exhaling, burping, and engaging in mouth play. Binesti 2015. Oral fixation. Too much or too little gratification can result in an oral fixation. If fixated at this stage, Freud believed that the individual would have problems with dependency or aggression. Oral fixation can result in problems with drinking alcohol, overeating, smoking, or nail biting. Two possible outcomes of oral fixation. First, the oral receptive personality is preoccupied with eating, drinking, and reduces tension through oral activity such as eating, drinking, smoking, biting nails. They are generally passive, needy, and sensitive to rejection. Second, the oral aggressive personality is hostile and verbally abusive to others using mouth-based aggression.
So the next is the anal stage from 1 to 3 years old. During this stage, Freud believed that the primary focus of the libido or child's pleasure was on controlling bladder and eliminating our bowel movements, according to Cherry 2018. The major concern of the parents at this stage is training the child how to use toilet, or what we called the potty training, that the mothers are teaching to their toddlers. The child has to learn to control his or her anal stimulation. Note that having developed this control leads to a sense of accomplishment and independence. So in this stage, child's main concerns are with the process of elimination. It is held to be significant for the child's later development because the acquisition of bowel control is presumed to be connected to other forms of self-control such as cleanliness and orderliness. So we have here an illustration of picture that that shows potty training to the toddlers. So we have anal expulsive personality and anal retentive personality. Simon Freud believed that inappropriate parental responses can result in negative outcomes. If parents are too lenient, Freud suggested that an anal expulsive personality could develop in which the individual has a messy, wasteful, disorganized, or destructive personality. The individual has lack of self-control. But if parents begin toilet training too early, Freud believed that an anal retentive personality develops in which the individual is orderly, clean, rigid, obsessive, and has control. The individual is generally stubborn and perfectionist. So, according to Freud, one's personality depends on their parents' parental responses. Early potty training can lead to the child becoming an anal retentive personality who hates mess, is obsessive, tidy, punctual, and respectful authority. They can be stubborn and tight-fisted with their cash and possessions. This is all related to pleasure got from holding on to their feces when toddlers and their mothers then insisting that they get rid of it by placing them on the potty until they perform. Not as draft as it sounds, the anal expulsive, on the other hand, underwent a liberal toilet training regime during the anal stage. So, our next stage, or the third, is the phallic stage, from 3 to 6 years old. In this stage, Freud noted that the primary focus of the libido is on the genitals. At this stage, children also begin to discover the differences between males and females. In this stage, ages of 5 or 6, near the end of phallic stage, boys experience the Oedipus complex, while girls experience the Electra complex. Boys begin to view their father as a rival for the mother's affection. So let's learn what is Oedipus complex. Oedipus complex refers to the feelings of wanting to possess the mother and the desire to replace the father, and experience jealousy or anger toward his or her same-sex parent. However, the child also fears that he will be punished by the father for these feelings. So, this fear, Freud termed castration anxiety. Electra conflict. This term is used to describe a similar set of feelings experienced by young girls, according to Presley and McCormick 2017. According to Freud, during female psychosexual development, a young girl is initially attached to her mother. Khan and Kamal 2015 stated that when a girl discovers that she does not have a penis, she becomes attached to her father and begins to resent her mother, who she blames for her castration. As a result, Freud believed that the girl then begins to identify with and emulate her mother out of fear losing her love. So children tend to develop characteristics of the same-sex parent during this stage. Note that fixation will result to different personality traits depending on one's gender. Males may take great pride in their masculinity and their sexuality, while women become flirtatious and promiscuous. In both instances, these personality traits are signs of low esteem and self-worth.
The fourth stage is the latent period, 6 years to puberty. During this stage, sexual impulses remain repressed, or latent means hidden, and children interact and play mostly with same-sex peers. The libido is dormant. Much of child's energy is concentrated in acquiring knowledge, developing social and communication skills, values, self-confidence, and relationship with peers and adults outside of the family by Macaulay 2008. This is the time that children enter into school and become more concerned with peer relationship, hobbies, and play, particularly of the same gender. The latency period or stage is the fourth stage of psychosexual development, spanning the period of 6 years to puberty. During this stage, the libido is dormant and no further psychosexual development takes place. Here are the examples. Freud thought that most sexual impulses are repressed during the latent stage, and sexual energy can be sublimated towards schoolwork, hobbies, and friendships. Much of the child's energy is channeled into developing new skills and acquiring new knowledge, and play becomes largely confined to other children of the same gender. So that is a latent period. So now we proceed to the genital stage, puberty to death. The onset of puberty causes the sexual urges to become active once again. During the final stage of psychosexual development, individual develops a strong sexual interest from one person to another of the opposite sex. According to Cherry 2018, if one does not experience fixation in any of the psychosexual stages, once he or she has reached the genital stage, he or she will grow into a well-balanced, warm, and caring human being. The genital stage is the last stage of Freud's psychosexual theory of personality development and begins in puberty. It is a time of adolescent sexual experimentation, the success resolution of which is settling down in a loving one-to-one relationship with another person in our 20s. So, here are the examples. Sexual instinct is directed to heterosexual pleasure, rather than self-pleasure like during the phallic stage. For Freud, the proper outlet of the sexual instinct in adult was through heterosexual intercourse. Fixation and conflict may prevent this, with the consequence that sexual perversions may develop. So that is the genital stage.